Trump fires it off on Truth Social within days of the SCO summit. The sarcasm can't hide the sting. Everyone in Washington, D.C. seems to be whispering the same thing. Mend the rift with India before it's too late. Former national security heavyweights Jake Sullivan and Campbell are already sounding the alarm, spelling out why a formal US-India alliance is indispensable in a turbulent world. Yet Trump, instead of grasping the moment, has doubled down on his 50% tariffs and public jabs at New Delhi, treating the world's largest democracy like just another trade opponent. India, meanwhile, isn't standing still. Modi's summitry with Xi and Putin, his handshake optics at the SCO, and his renewed Eurasian charm offensive are unmistakable signals of a pivot. If Trump keeps sulking, the world's most sought-after swing state could simply move on. The real question is, what are India's options if the US president won't budge? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. Trump's furious Truth Social post landed like an accidental confession, fired off just days after the 2025 SCO summit, where Modi, Putin and Xi appeared unusually warm. It summed up the fallout of his own policies. 50% tariffs on Indian goods, public digs over discounted Russian oil, and an erratic diplomatic style that cooled US-India ties and nudged New Delhi toward visible multi-alignment. For US analysts, it was proof he'd pushed India closer to China and Russia. For Modi, it was a vindication of strategic autonomy. For Putin, a chance to call US tactics colonial. The tweet's sarcasm couldn't hide the shift. A White House watching its leverage over two Eurasian powers slip, while India doubles down on sovereign, diversified partnerships in SCO, BRICS, and beyond. Sullivan and Campbell have already mapped a path out of this mess, a 10-year, 5-pillar alliance spanning technology, trade, defense, intelligence, and global problem solving. They warn that tariffs and pressure over India's regional choices are eroding goodwill and that letting disputes fester will cost Washington far more than coordination ever would. Yet while they argue for alignment without sacrificing sovereignty, Trump is broadcasting frustration on Truth Social and calling India's relationship totally one-sided. With Prime Minister Modi visiting Beijing and Moscow, buying Russian oil and reopening trade with China, the stakes are obvious. Will India keep waiting or start hedging hard? Trump's tantrum is toxic. He built the tariffs, then built a narrative of betrayal. He calls India totally one-sided but ignores the US tech giants building fortunes on Indian markets. He forgets that every time a Quad summit photo goes viral, it's India standing beside America, not China. He forgets that every American president since Clinton tried to build trust, not break it. Instead, he treats India like another NAFTA fight. And India, it's already evaluating its options. Modi's Eurasian power play is deliberate. SCO 2025 was his stage. No more waiting, no more hoping for a US reset. Direct flights to China rebooted. Border heat dipped. Terror got front and center. Modi called out Pakistan with precision, uniting SCO on anti-terror messaging. India doubled down on Russia, buying discounted oil, pushing connectivity corridors, boosting BRICS engagement. Every move was bold, purposeful. The message? India doesn't wait for others to give it space. It carves its own. Strengthening ties with Russia and China gives leverage. It counters US dominance. It secures cheap energy. It accelerates infrastructure and tech. But it's not romance, it's math. China's economic weight and distrust, border tensions, Pakistan entanglements. This is a tightrope walk. Depend too much on Moscow or Beijing, and India risks becoming a junior partner in a cornered bloc. Weak links, crisis exposure, loss of autonomy. The more India rises, the more everyone wants a piece. Pressure from Beijing, expectations from Washington, demands from Moscow, offers from Europe. At some point, hedging turns into overextension. The real test is whether India can convert this moment of leverage into lasting power. Infrastructure, technology, military, influence, so that when it finally has to choose, it chooses from a position of strength. Trump could help that process and secure a partner for decades, or he can keep swinging the wrecking ball and watch India step into a different orbit. The choice isn't India's alone, it's his. That's the story the photos from the SCO told. Modi between Xi and Putin, Modi leading anti-terror talk, Modi pitching development banks, Washington absent, Trump angry. For Indian viewers, it was a moment of pride. For American strategists, it was a warning. For China and Russia, it was an opportunity. If Trump's circle really believes tariffs are leverage, they should study Indian history. Every time a great power tried to squeeze India, India found a workaround. Colonial tariffs, Cold War sanctions, post-Pokhran restrictions. Every squeeze produced self-reliance and new partners. This squeeze will too. The closing beat is simple. India doesn't wait, it doesn't beg, it calculates, it moves, it hedges, it builds. If Trump wants a partner, he has to act like one. If he doesn't, India will write its own script with Eurasia, with the Global South, with whoever offers respect instead of rage. The world's largest democracy has options. The question is whether Washington still does. Thank you for watching Statecraft.